Good afternoon, everyone. Right now, we are following several crashes happening this morning along I-70 and 465. This comes after multiple crashes yesterday as snow blanketed many roadways. Indiana State Police telling us they responded to at least 136 crashes since yesterday afternoon. ISP says drivers should expect for it to take longer than expected to get to their destination when it snows.
A false sense of safety because your car is equipped with all-wheel drive. Although that is a great safety feature that will help you, certainly doesn't give you the green light to drive faster or highway speed.
NDOT held a press conference Monday morning about winter weather training, but drivers were shocked to not see salt trucks on the road following the snow, some of them taking to social media, and one man writing in part, quote, "The roads Monday were the worst he's experienced in 22 years. He said not a salt truck was in sight." Now, in a statement to 13 News, Indy's DPW says in part, quote, "Our crews were on the road around 3 p.m. treating the grounds for snow. Our teams remained active during and after the entire snow event, and it took special care to address bridges and overpasses, which are notorious for icing over and becoming slicker than streetways." Meanwhile, Sean, you've been tracking the weather. The snow really did come at a bad time for everyone.
Well, timing and temperature, we were trying to address it as well as we could yesterday during the noon show. You could see this thing coming in, and it just goes to show you that even a little bit of snow, we had less than a half an inch at the Weather Service, a little bit can go a long way with temperatures and timing. Thankfully, we're not going to see a repeat performance today, my friend, not only in the weather, but the roads, but we are already looking ahead here to a couple of potential trouble spots as we move forward. Today, depending on your location, you could be seeing a mixed sky. Could be completely cloudy or it could be completely sunny. Here in the metro area, we have a little bit of both. Notice Peru, not a cloud in the sky. Same thing for Muncie for the most part. But then you get closer to I-70, downtown and then points south, it's way more cloud cover than sun here. So we are split in half. Enjoy the sunshine while you can. Evening rush hour, as mentioned, will be significantly different from yesterday here. Now, overnight tonight, early tomorrow morning into the middle part of the day, the potential is there for some patchy freezing drizzle or fog. How much? That's still a little uncertain. We will be mindful of that because it could create some slick spots. Notice that wind ramps up, pushes our temperatures up briefly tomorrow, then they fall like a rock. We'll talk what comes behind that frontal passage in a few minutes in the forecast.
We'll see you then, Sean. Right now, 2 IMPD officers are back in court for day 2 of their trial. Officers Adam Ahmad and Steven Sanchez are facing multiple charges in the death of Herman Whitfield III after responding to a 911 call at his home more than 2 years ago. Our cameras were only allowed to film the opening statements yesterday from both the prosecutor and attorney for the 2 officers. The prosecution believes that evidence will show Officer Sanchez and Ahmad violated their general orders that night. Meanwhile, the defense says officers tried to de-escalate things by telling Whitfield to put shorts on and come outside to medics.
They were allowed to be in the house. They were allowed to handcuff Mr. Whitfield. But when they kept him on the ground beyond what was necessary, when they prevented him from rolling over, when they prevented him from moving so that he could breathe, that touching turned from a lawful use of authority into a battery.
In the face of Herman's unpredictable and dangerous behavior, their actions were objectively reasonable. Nothing they did was rude, angry, or insolent.
Yesterday, Herman's father took the stand, telling jurors he was never told his son had a mental health diagnosis. Today, we expect to hear more from witnesses as they take the stand. Our Karen Campbell is in the courtroom right now, and she will bring us the latest on at 4 p.m. news. Now to the latest on what Metro Police are calling an apparent murder-suicide on the city's west side. We first brought you this as breaking news yesterday right here at noon. The shooting happened at a home on 38th Street near Meridian Street. Investigators tell us deputies with the Marion County Constable's office were walking around the outside of the house when they heard gunfire. When officers got there, they found a man and woman both shot and killed. A neighbor tells us she's never noticed issues at the house before.
It's just sad, like again, just like someone's last moment. You just never know when it's gonna happen, and like just right after the holidays, right in the middle of the holidays, it's just, you never know when your last day is gonna be.
This is still an ongoing investigation. Any new information that we get, we'll be sure to pass along to you. This afternoon, we have another update in a story we broke yesterday here at noon. IMPD is searching for the person who stole a car with 2 baby girls inside. The girls were found safe, left in a ditch near Emerson and Prospect. Police found the stolen car in the area where the babies were left. 13 News is now working to get a description of the person who stole that car. So police are asking anyone with any information that could help them solve this case. You're asked to give Crime Stoppers a call. That number is 317-262-TIPS. Your time is now 12:06. This afternoon, we're learning a fire that damaged a popular restaurant on Indy's west side was accidental. Man's Grill on South Tibbs near Morrison Holt Road went up in flames around 11 last night. Our crew stopped by the restaurant this morning to look at the aftermath. The Wayne Township Fire Marshal tells us that most of the fire damage happened in the back kitchen of the restaurant. Meanwhile, the front area has water damage. Family members tell 13 News off camera that the restaurant has been around for 50 years. This afternoon, we're still working to learn what caused the fire and if the restaurant will reopen at some point. Of course, we'll pass along any new information as soon as we learn more. A low-barrier homeless shelter could be coming to the east side of downtown pretty soon. The City County Council voted to approve funding for its construction. Our Marion County reporter Lauren Kostick shares the next steps for this multi-million-dollar project.
In just a few months, the city will be breaking ground on its new housing hub here on the southeast side. The price tag, $32 million. But first, they need the City County Council to sign off. Monday night, councilors held a public hearing on Proposal 336 to approve construction funding for the city's first low-barrier homeless shelter. $20 million coming from a state grant and $12 million set aside by the city.
I so move.
However, no one showed up to speak, allowing the council to ultimately give the proposal the green light.
Motion carries 22-0.
The 63,000 square foot facility will go on the corner of Georgia and Shelby Street, just north of Fountain Square. The goal is to be a one-stop shop for those experiencing homelessness, offering supportive services while also giving them a place to stay. And since it's low barrier, the shelter will have fewer requirements, including sobriety.
So we're hoping to break ground very, very soon.
Aaron Schounts is leading the project for the city, saying Monday's vote is a critical step forward.
It is really the difference between our ability to fund the shelter and the housing hub and the co-located services and really build the low barrier shelter that our community desperately needs to fill in the gaps.
However, the city still faces a few more hurdles before breaking ground next year, ultimately hoping the shelter will be a key piece to Indy's housing puzzle.
We have to look at this as not a zero-sum game and a way that we need to grow all of the resources supporting our neighbors.
Now, construction is expected to be completed at the end of 2026 and open in early 2027. The city says they know how much it will cost to build this facility, but it's still not clear how much it will cost to operate it. In Indianapolis, Lauren Kostick, 13 News.
And this project comes as shelters like Wheeler Mission are operating at or above capacity. The city's most recent census shows about 1,700 people are experiencing homelessness. That's slightly up compared to the year before. Officials in Westfield are considering a new project called Grand Universe. It will be a destination for learning, recreation, and leisure. The site is located near Grand Park, and it would include a science and space center, an observatory, convention center, and hotel. The city estimates the project could bring in more than $1 billion in investments. The U.S. government is committing to a $7.5 billion loan for 2 big electric vehicle battery plants in Kokomo. We first told you about this project last year. Star Plus is a joint venture between Stellantis and Samsung's SDI. The project is expected to create about 3,200 construction jobs and then up to 2,800 jobs once the plants open. The first is expected to open next year. The second is in 2027.